So today we are seeing UGC NET paper 2 2020. First question: who among the following wrote Mazeppa, a long narrative poem about 17th century military leader of Ukraine? So answer is Lord Byron. Lord Byron wrote Mazeppa. Second question is about matching. Then it is about which critic wrote which work here. So let us choose. Option is 3. So according to the option, Horace, let me set it. Horace wrote Ars Poetica. Remember, the critic Horace wrote Ars Poetica. Then John Dryden wrote dramatic poesy. So dramatic poesy was written by John Dryden. John Dryden is a very important critic. Samuel Daniel wrote Defense of Crime. Then Ben Jonson wrote Timber or Discoveries. Let us move to the next question. So this is a complicated question. Which British administrator sought to make everything as English as possible in a country which resembles England in nothing? So here the question is telling about a British administrator who sought out to make English different from the English of England, as recorded by Sir Thomas Munro. So it was recorded by Sir Thomas Munro. So correct option is Lord Cornwallis. Cornwallis was recorded by Sir Thomas Munro in his saying the statement, the above statement. Next question is arrange the following in the chronological order. Nothing but we have to arrange this in a chronological order. So according to the option, B is first, that is course in general linguistics. So course in general linguistics is the first step. Then second is we should know how to do things with the words. Thirdly, we should know aspects of the theory of syntax. We should know the syntax. And then lastly, we should know the semiotics and the philosophy of the language. Next question. Which of the following statements is appropriately true of Harold Pinter's play? So in Harold Pinter's play, which of the statement was taken? So correct option is 3. Menace is in the air but is not pinned down or explained. So next question, sixth one. Which of the following poems by Philip Larkin deals with the trauma of rape victim who says, even so distant, I can taste the grief? So what was the poem? Poem was option 1, Deceptions. We have matching again. So who is the essayist and what is the work? So option 2 is the correct answer, that is George Orwell. He wrote Why I Write. Michael D. Montaigne, he wrote On the Cannibals. Charles Lamb wrote On the Artificial Comedy of the Last Century. And D. Jonathan Swift, he wrote A Modest Proposal. This question is very important, and these works and essays are also important. Next is assertion reason. So assertion is signs are never neutral or innocent. Reason: in all cases, signs are organized into systems that convey some meaning. So, answer is 1. Both assertion and reason are true, and the reason is the correct explanation for the assertion. Next, again we got a matching. We have to match author with the work, and the correct option is 2 again. So right. So John Keats wrote comic. Keats was a poet, but he wrote some work named comic. Then William Wordsworth. So these are here very important poets, very important poets in English literature. Just remember these works. Here John Keats wrote comic, William Wordsworth wrote The Excursion, P.B. Shelley wrote Alastor, and William Blake wrote Songs of Experience. Next, we got statements. Statement 1 is consumption is an outcome of self-interest and maximization of personal pleasure. Statement 2. There are strong correlations between social status and such things as housing styles, musical taste, and food preferences. So correct option is 1. Boring is integral part of poetry. Next is who said of blank verse, quoting an unnamed critic, that it is words only to the eye, adding further, it has neither the easiness of prose nor the melody of numbers. So someone is criticizing some blank verse of unnamed critic, then who the person who is actually criticizing the blank verse? Option is Samuel Johnson. Next is which two of the following dramatists, remember they are dramatists, are associated with the epic theatre? So epic theatre, the dramatists who were connected with it are B.N. C. Bertolt Brecht and Arnold Brunnen. Next, arrange the following terms in chronological order of emergence. So the order is BDCA. First comes stream of consciousness. Then second, after stream of consciousness only comes criticism, practical criticism. After stream of consciousness comes defamiliarization, then comes practical criticism. Then lastly comes heresy of paraphrase. So sorry for the inconvenience. First is consciousness, then defamiliarization, then criticism, then paraphrase. So moving to the next question. 16th one. Which two of the following works does Walter Pater regard as examples of great art in his essay style? So answer is 3. B and C, that is the Divine Comedy and Les Miserables are the titles he regard as examples of great art in his essay style. Next is linguistics and the concept, who wrote what. So the option is 2, that is C. So Paul Grice, he wrote cooperative principle. Edward Sapir wrote linguistic relativity. Then Ferdinand de Saussure, he wrote linguistic science. Nancy Dorian wrote language death. So they gave the concepts. These linguists made concepts on these topics. Right. Next. So which two of the following are the titles of the section? Thomas De Quincey's The English Mail. So Thomas De Quincey wrote the English Mail Coach, in which he gave two titles, and the titles were B and C, that is The Vision of Sudden Death and The Glory of Motion. Next is other statements. Statement 1 is the Orientalists in British India were not sympathetic towards India's ancient learning. Statement 2, William Jones thought that in imagination, ratiocination and philosophy, Indians were by no means inferior to Europeans. Let us see what is true and what is not. So statement 1 is incorrect, but statement 2 is correct. Next is assertion and reason. So assertion is research methods are a range of tools that are used for different types of inquiry. And the reason given for this is the tools used in the research are products of situations in which they are applied. In light of above statements, which of the following is correct? So answer is 2. Both A and R, both assertion and reason are correct, but R is not correct explanation for A. So yes, research methods are range of tools obviously, but these tools in research are the products of situations. So these two are not correct connected, but both are true. As reason is not explaining the assertion, it is correct, but it is not explaining the assertion. So these were the first 20 bits in this video. Thank you.